Today, folks, we're going to be doing a crypto tier list for the hottest sector that's in crypto right now, and that's going to be the BNB ecosystem. So we're going to be measuring the top projects and seeing where they list. Are they going to be S tier? Are they going to be F tier? Or are they going to be somewhere in the middle? Now, the reason everyone is so bullish on Binance lately has just been CZ's renewed interest, and we're seeing a lot of money flow into this ecosystem. Now, CZ, he's the founder of Binance, and Binance is the world's largest crypto exchange and also runs the BNB chain. And he did this post a few days ago, not predicting the future, don't get too excited, September in my past, and my first crypto cycle, just data. And he points out the fact that October, typically a very bullish month. And a lot of people are looking at this post saying CZ is predicting we are about to have a huge mega rally. CZ has a perfect record for calling dips, by the way. A lot of people are looking at this post as a signal that things are going to start getting hot. And the hottest thing right now is BNB. The BNB ecosystem has been blowing up. BNB's at a new all-time high today, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be slowing down anytime soon. So we're going to go ahead and start with the BNB token. And I think I'd be foolish to put this in anything besides S tier. Maybe you could put it in A tier because it's ran up so quickly recently, but I don't think we're going to top out at this range. I don't think 1150 is going to be the top of where this token ends up. When you zoom out, I think doubling previous all-time high, very, very doable. And if you zoom into the 2021 run-up, you can see it was flirting with $700, so $1,400 definitely in the cards, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this token at $2,000. Moonshot, it could hit ETH's price last cycle, which is around $4,800. So BNB is going to be an S tier token. Now, how do we determine the next tokens? Well, one of the things I do like to do is use DeFi Llama, see who is making money. And so we have ranked this by revenue over the last 7 days. Number one is PancakeSwap. Guess what, folks? We told you about Pancake earlier in the week, told you to keep an eye out on Pancake. We looked at the revenue, we did the math, and we saw that this one was severely undervalued. And if you jumped in on that trade, guess what? You're up 30% today. So I gave you that winner, and I still think it's going to be a winner. This is the Uniswap of Binance, and I know it's two S's out the gate, but I'm going to go ahead and put this one in S tier. Now, when you go back to DeFi Llama, you'll see some other projects on here. You Binance Smart Chain, that's the actual chain. You'll see 4.meme. Now, this is a launchpad similar to Pump.fun, but there is no token. But I think I'm making the prediction. If you interact with this, maybe launch a token on there, get into the trenches, see what memes are popping, probably going to qualify for an airdrop. But I don't think if you buy $10 of a meme coin, hold it for 10 minutes, sell, I don't think you're going to qualify for, $1,000 airdrop in the future. But if you interact with this a lot, I'd be very surprised if they didn't reward the early users. So that will take me to the meme coins. And if you look at the top meme coins today, the top pumpers are in the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. Number one, you see Giggle. Giggle is up 93% today. And then you see Four is up 83% today. Now, Giggle is weird tokenomics because normally with meme coins, they're a fraction of a penny or, they're definitely under $1. Typically don't see something in the meme coin category trading for $80. But this is going to be, tangentially related to CZ's Giggle Academy. It is a learn and earn crypto platform. This isn't tied to Giggle Academy, but they do say they give 100% of their trading fees to Giggle Academy. So a little bit of a loose connection there. Going straight to the next meme, Four is going to be part of the CZ lore. This token just launched. It is a very, very new token, just launched on October 2nd. I would be, shocked if this one doesn't continue to pump. High risk, but Four is part of the BNB ecosystem meme culture. CZ loves the Four meme. Started using it years ago on Twitter, and instead of replying to FUD, rumors, fake news, he would just post Four, shortcut for ignore FUD, ignore the fake news, ignore the attacks, keep building, and that's why it's BNB's number. Now, Four is, like I said, is very, very new. It's an interesting background here. It was launched by a bad actor who supposedly hacked BNB's X account. They hacked this X account, they posted this meme coin, and supposedly the hacker only made a few $1,000s. The community, after he had sold all his tokens, pumped that token to make the hacker feel regret. This is actually a good marketable story here. So I would say Four is going to be high for a meme token. I almost want to put this at B. I'll go ahead and give it an A. Giggle, I don't like that it's $80. I think retail would be much more excited if it was 8 cents. They just changed the token supply. I know it's unrelated to the market cap. I'm just kind of giving you my 2 cents here. Unit bias, people like cheap prices. So 4 gets an A, Giggle gets a C. Now, if you keep looking at DeFi Llama, you're going to see some other things. You see a DEX here. You see Dodo. Dodo has 6 chains. So this isn't going to be a pure BSC play, in my opinion. I would have to scroll down until you saw something maybe with 1 chain. And then I see Thena also going to be a DEX here. Now, Dodo looks good on DeFi Llama. You can see, the revenue is picking up lately, but the token price, which is the green line, it is super flat. I mean, if you look at that it doesn't look all that attractive, but don't be surprised if this one just kind of does a surprise pump out of nowhere. It is not available for US users, so I don't, that's going to hinder it slightly. Now, if you go to Thena to me looks a little bit better. You can see, more consistent revenue, which is these pink lines, but Athena price had a huge pump in the November rally. It actually came a little bit later. Most tokens rallied November 4th, November 5th, right when Donald Trump won. This pumped at the tail end of November, so maybe totally unrelated to Donald Trump there. This one is, to me, a little bit more exciting. Looks like they're making about 10 million annually. Now, Thena also backed by YZI Labs. Now, YZI Labs doesn't necessarily mean it is going to pump, but this is CZ's family office. This was formerly Binance Labs. So this is a VC arm, an investment arm of CZ. Now, Hemi didn't pump off the YZI Labs investment. They just did a funding round for them. So it isn't a guarantee of a pump there, but I would say it's definitely a bullish catalyst in my opinion. And Binance did that big investment December 31st last year. Now that spike, very, very interesting looking, and where it wicks, it sticks. I think this thing will hit above $3 again. The Dodo, to me, it's on too many chains. It's $50 million market cap. It's a high risk play. You saw that price action looking pretty terrible. Thena, though, I would say looks a little bit better in my opinion. We're going to put that at B. I want to give a quick shout out to L Bank Exchange. It is my favorite exchange to get all of the latest trading pairs, all of the hottest meme coins and altcoins. You can go to the spot trading, or you could do futures perpetual trading. And we have a link down below with the tutorial on the top of our page. Tons and tons of features here, 24/7 customer support, huge reach here, huge volume, millions of users, and they have over 200 countries and regions covered. So go ahead, open up an account, deposit some funds, and start your trading journey. Let's talk about some other DEXs in the Binance ecosystem. We have MYX. You can see it right here. If you want to trade these, go to pancake.swap. Now, speaking of DEXs, let's talk about MYX Finance. This one has some pretty large backers here. If you go to their X account, you can see it's backed by Sequoia, pretty famous VC arm in crypto, and also backed by Consensus, and Consensus runs a lot of the popular crypto protocols that you're aware of. They're backers of MetaMask, for instance. But the price action of Mix is just so weird to me. We talked about this dip right here. I said, it's probably going to move to the upside, but I don't like that it has a lower high. I don't want a downtrend. Then if you look at the most recent spike, it continued to create a lower high. So I'm seeing lower lows and lower highs. To me, it makes me a little bit leery investing. I want to see an uptrend. We'll go ahead and put this one at C. Now, continuing on DEXs here, we're going to go check out Plasma. Plasma, also backed by very, very important people in crypto. This is backed by Tether. So this one, huge pullback. Also a very new token. It's, about a week old, maybe, less than 2 weeks here. It spiked all the way up to about $1.65, $1.70, and is now fallen down to 87 cents. I think there's a pretty good opportunity here. If you look at Plasma, it's a very, very popular platform here. I think it's just going to get more and more popular because Tether, the most profitable company in crypto. Don't fade them. XPL, we're going to go ahead and put at A. And then we're on our final one here, Aster. Aster, we gave you Aster super early, talking about it at 60 cents. Everybody we gave this one to is definitely deep in profit. This one, backed by CZ. This one I'm very, very bullish on. Aster is a DEX. It is a perpetuals DEX. It's basically a decentralized leverage trading platform. And if I were to rank this one, I'm leaning towards S. I think I like it a little bit more than I like XPL. I think CZ, do not fade CZ. CZ cannot work with centralized exchanges because of the U.S. Department of Justice, but he can work with decentralized exchanges. And I see him putting a lot of time into Aster. So there you go, folks. There's their Binance Smart Chain tier list. Let me know what Binance Smart Chain altcoin I missed that you want me to cover next time. We'll throw it in the next video. I'm DZ. I'll see you in your CZ link coins at the top.